So what's going on to all my YouTube subscribers, anyone that's out there that can view this video. And first and foremost, man, I wanna give a lot of respect and love to the ones who subscribe to my page, like just off of that one video that I did about my ancestry results and what I had to say about recognizing the African aspect and African American and not being ashamed of it and growing up and you basically being put to shame. I mean, a lot of the comments there were very encouraging, and it helped me to realize that that there are still some who understand, like the ones who subscribed to the page, the ones who gave me positive feedback. You understood what I was trying to say and where I was going with that. You're gonna all, like, I had this one guy come on there, basically say some slanderous things. He put light skin. The person said they were mixed. You don't know if the person was of, black lineage or African lineage, if they were black or not, because people can create any type of identity on the internet and then start trolling. But the ones who subscribe just because of the video and the ones who gave me positive feedback, yo, I appreciate you guys, because you guys understood where I was going and what I was talking about. And I had support from African Americans, from Africans, from Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean people, even people who were not of African descent or who weren't black. So all the ones who understood where I was going and what I was trying to do with it, I respect it, because in this day and age, man, it's so easy for people to misinterpret or even take what you say and misconstrue it and just trample all over it and make it something that it's not. And a lot of times when people hear you, and a lot of times when you talk about things that they don't even really know about, of course it's always easy for them to misunderstand it, because most of the time these are individuals who don't even understand what you're talking about in the first place. They're not that hip to the subject or the situation anyway, so it's easy for them to take the information and misinterpret it and go far left with it. But much love to you guys. This video, and like I said, for anyone just seeing this video, I took an ancestry test. I shared my results with you guys, and I had some things to say about me coming into my own identity, not just as an American, but as an African, or a person of West African and Central African, South Central African heritage. But this video is pertaining to my travel preferences and what I do and don't like. I'm not a cruise type person. I'm not a resort type person. And by no means am I some type of harbinger of truth or herald of truth, trying to convince a person to do one thing over the other. I mean, to be honest with you, it's your money. I mean, you can do whatever you want, and it's my opinion. And a person's opinion is subjective. It isn't always pure fact. You take from it what you want, but I'm not a resort and I'm not a cruise type person. And I'm talking to any points to which one would consider international, or what we would say outside of the country, basically. May it be Central America, South America, Europe, any of the Pacific realm, Oceania, any place that's outside of the United States in this international borders. My preference is I don't do cruises. I don't do resorts. Now, if you choose to do that, I'm not any type of moral judge to say whether it's good or bad. It's just that, that's what you choose. It's your money. I mean, I advocate anybody that makes the effort to travel and do what they have to do in order to see the rest of the world, because there's a lot of Americans that do travel And there's a lot of Americans that don't travel. Like, they don't see fit to invest any money in traveling anywhere outside of the United States. You see, and a lot of times too, a lot of people don't travel because, first of all, they watch the news. And the mentality develops that, oh, it's bad over here. You know, if I go over there, there's a good chance I can get hurt. And the reality is, 9 times out of 10, you know, you'll get hurt in your own city or your own state, in your own neighborhood before you get hurt overseas. I tell people that all the time. When I say I want to go to this place, I want to go to that place, this place in the Caribbean or somewhere in the continent, oh, they doing this over there. Something might happen. I'm like, bro, I'm from Baltimore. You understand me? I'm from Baltimore. You can get shot right there. I can go home and go visit my mom and get in some dumb stuff. You understand me? So I don't really get scared or fear for the worst when I travel overseas, because 9 times out of 10, if you get hurt, it's going to be somebody that know you. Case in point, there was a story about a man who did a tour in Iraq, right? Got out of the service, right? After he did whatever in Iraq, sometime in the Middle East, and they were throwing a celebration for him, a welcome back home party. He gets into it with, I think, a friend or another relative or somebody at the party, and he got killed. Could you imagine the family being worried? They hear all this stuff that's going on in the Middle East, people strapping bombs to themselves and landmines and suicide bombers. And this person makes it out of that type of chaotic situation. And the one place that they felt like they can feel at home, they get killed there. So for the people that, you know, are reluctant to travel because they feel like they could die there, you can die anywhere. It can happen anywhere. Don't let that be a deterrent for you wanting to travel, because you can get touched anywhere. Trust me. So the point is, I'm just happy that regardless if you resort, cruise, fine, as long as you're traveling, because this world is huge. That's like me having a mansion, and the mansion is freaking humongous, and the only place I've been is like the living room, the driveway, and like my bedroom, and I got the whole part of this west wing and east wing that I haven't even ventured into. And that's how the world is. The world is our home. You have this big globe. You can go anywhere you want. You know, this is the earth is your home. I am, even though I'm American, African American, I am a universal citizen. You know, that's what it is. But to be honest with you, I am not a cruise person. There are a lot of people who feel like, well, if I go on a cruise for 7 days, I can go to like 7 different places. But I'm like, for one, I got this fear of like being on like a boat that long. Because if the boat topples over or it sinks, there's only one way to go, and that's in that water. And I don't swim, not a good swimmer. We don't know what part of the world that we're sailing in, what the ocean is infested with, what type of sea creatures. I know I don't want to scare anybody. That's not my job, is to scare you or frighten you, but I'm just not digging it. You know, being on that boat and the boat rocking back and forth, and I'm just not digging it. I'm a single person. So I always looked at cruise as like being like something for like older folks, married couples, groups type thing. I'm just not into that. And a lot of people I'm saying this all in saying that I've never even been on a cruise. So I am biased because I haven't had the experience, you know, of being on a cruise. But from what I see, I mean, you dock, you walk around the local part for a while, you visit some shops, you go to these monumental places, and you don't have any real interaction with the people. You know, you don't. You know, I can go to Jamaica, Haiti, and all these 4 places in one setting. You don't really get the feel of the place, you know, thoroughly. You don't get the feel of the people. You understand what I'm saying? It's not the trees and the beaches and the food that makes a location or an island or whatever. It's the people. There's nothing like being with the common people. And I just don't dig that. You know what I mean? I'd rather, go to a particular place, stay with somebody that's local, kind of immerse myself in the culture, spend a couple of days. I can see this, I can do this, I can do that. I love, like, when I'm in another country and someone invites me to a gathering and all these different people bring dishes, straight out of their home. It's not some gourmet chef. Some people want to have that experience. I feel as though it's like this. And the same thing goes with a resort. Now, resorts are expensive. That's one of the reasons why I don't do resorts or do cruises, because resorts are expensive. And hey, I'm not traveling to these places for the luxury. I'm traveling to these places for the experience. You see what I'm saying? My employer, she knows how close I am with the Jamaican culture. So she was saying she was going to Jamaica. I'm suggesting all these food and all these different places she should go, like real yardie, yardie places, real yardie things. Why is it that every time I film, the phone is ringing? It did that like last one, but I'm gonna ignore it. But I'm suggesting to her real Jamaican locations, real yardie places. And then she's saying, well, I'm with my girlfriends and they may not want to leave the resort. They want to stay there. To see what? To see what? You're not going to eat no real Jamaican food at no resort where somebody's grandma or nanny or pop put their hand and foot in the meal. And I'm talking about, like, if you go to Kingston, Jamaica, going to Coronation Market, getting actual vegetables and fruits to put in the dish that these people grown in their own backyard and then come to the market and sell, and then somebody buys it and then they cook it up. You won't get that at these resorts. You won't get that experience, man. Not at no resort. No. I'm saying, put it like this. Why go to another country to stay at a resort for the luxury, get waited on hand and foot, all these fancy things, when you can do that in the United States? It's plenty of places in the US of A that can give you a kind of tropical experience, maybe a quote unquote European experience, an exotic experience, right? With all the luxuries and amenities that you can have without you worrying about customs or immigration or being overseas or being in another country. You can get that here. But if you decide to leave this country to go to another country, why not immerse yourself in the culture? You see, because most of these places that all these tropical getaways, with the exception of Hawaii and some places, when you're talking about Jamaica and this island, a lot of those islands in the Caribbean are third world countries, meaning that they're poor, and their whole economy is a lot of times is based around tourism. If they, or some type of export, some type of good that they have that the rest of the world wants, and they export it and they get revenue for that. They get money. But a lot of times they feed off of tourism. So my thing is this: if I'm going to a third world country and I know that the people are struggling there, I'm gonna patronize a local place. I'm not gonna give my money to some big resort to where the common people don't get the money. You won't see those residuals given to them. Nah. I mean, a lot of people, real talk. A lot of people don't care. They don't care about other people in these countries. But me, I couldn't step foot on somebody else's turf. I'm not saying get involved in their politics, fight the revolution in their country, but have a little consideration, man, for the people that live there. So mind you, I got friends in a lot of different countries, mainly because of my faith, my religion. You know, my Christian organization that I'm in, and we're worldwide. So all I have to do is reach out to them based on that alone. So I can say that I do have an advantage over most people, because most people, you know, one of the biggest things, I don't know anybody. I would feel uncomfortable. So some people go to that I'm playing on words. It's a double entendre. It's some people resort to have to go to a resort because they don't know anyone. They don't. They don't know anyone or anybody, so they have to do that. But if you can make those type of connections, please, no cruise, no resort. Man, I'm telling you, it's nothing like going to another country, staying with somebody, having all the comforts of home, but in that country. You see what I'm saying? Knowing what they watch on TV, knowing what sports they like, what type of furniture they have, what hair care, hygiene products, comparing their hygiene products to our, oh, it's different over here. Oh, that's the brand they use. Or if you can go to the supermarket with them, you know, what brands of meat they, you know, just the whole experience. And one of the things that I say, if you don't know nobody, there's TripAdvisor and there's Airbnb, which is bed and breakfast. Get that app. Because with Airbnb, all over the world, a lot of people will rent out a room. I mean, a lot of, like, if you choose Japan, if you choose Sri Lanka, if you choose Trinidad and Tobago, if you choose the Cayman Islands, there are people who might own property and they rent out apartments. You see mine? See this apartment? And mess around and they rent out an apartment just like this. And you get that experience of having a home away from home. But then again, you know, you get to deal with the local people because it's nothing like it. When you at these resorts, them folks are nice to you because you paying them. But it's different when you actually have a hands-on friendship with people in these different countries. I'm telling you, it's different. You know what I mean? I've actually, like, went to Bermuda, went to the Bahamas, and rode on public transportation by myself. You know, Bermuda, same thing. You understand what I'm saying? I went to Trinidad with one of my friends, and they had to get, you know, an identification card, so I know what it feels like. You know, what the you know, the state or government buildings look like, and just everyday things that are synonymous with how people live, because you're trying to experience that. My whole aim is not to show everybody on Facebook or show everybody how luxurious and fancy of a hotel or place I was in. Like I said, you can go to Vegas and get that. You see what I'm saying? But if I go to another country, I'm trying to showcase the diversity, the hidden jewels and beauty that you can't find in the United States. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I can't do the cruise thing. You just hop off, you walk around downtown or the capital, and you do a little something, and then you get back on the boat. Like, nah, that's not me. I gotta be in there. When I was in South Africa, you know, thanks to, you know, God up above, the Most High, you know, one of my spiritual sisters, she let me have her apartment. I mean, I literally, like how you see me in this apartment right now, was just chilling in the apartment, doing the same thing I do on a Friday night, eating, watching cable, watching BET in South Africa, drinking my little beer, eating my little KFC. I was eating KFC in South Africa the same way I would if I was here. That's just that home feeling, having it anywhere. The resort stuff is just, I can't get with it. And like I said, if anything, if I'm going to go to another country, I want to patronize local people because I know then that money is going into their pocket. Here's another thing, and I don't want to pick. You know, I'm African American, obvious, right? I don't want to keep picking on us, but as with this is my nationality, this is my family in a sense, ethnically, and every family has problems. So I'm addressing this in a sense of we know what it is between us, not to just throw my whole culture, my people under the bus. When I talk to people, especially my age or of African American descent, and they always act like you got to be a millionaire in order to travel. Like traveling is so expensive. I'm gonna show you something. You see that box here? This is the almighty Jordan box. Let me see if y'all can see the price. Look at the price on that. Can you see it? The price is $190, which would round us 10.5, which would round off to $202, right? I know some folks who would ask me, they would say, yo, D, man, I want to get a passport, man. I said, look, you need a passport to get to this place that you've been? I said, you sure do. Well, D, how I go about this? We'll go to the post office, do this, do that, make sure you have this. All right, how much it costs? Man, about 120, 150. Man, that's a lot. Bruh, that's the key to the world. That's the key. That's your key to the world. But they'll pay $200 for them shoes. Just like I paid $200 for those shoes. Or I paid $160 or whatever. But it's your priorities. If you can come up with the money to get them kicks, you can come up with the money to get that passport. And even more so, if you can, I got a few Jordans. So I'm saying if you got the money, like let's just say I got 5 boxes and all of them were $200 something. That's $1,000. Man, I saw deals. I'm gonna hit you with this because I always try to travel. I always try to buy my tickets like a month ahead of time or 2 months or at least 2 weeks. I saw a deal. You ready for this? I live in Atlanta, but a one-way ticket from JFK, John F. Kennedy in New York, to Bermuda, Hamilton, Bermuda, which sits out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean in the middle, $54. $54. Them shoes is 3 times as much one way from JFK to Bermuda. Now coming back, it was a little bit of money, but altogether, round trip from Bermuda to New York was the same price as those shoes. So the thing is, if you want to do that, you can do it. It doesn't take a millionaire. But see, it's all about priority. It's all about what you want to experience and stuff like that. So that's my thing. If you plan to go on a cruise, have fun, be safe, try to make the best of it. But if you want a real experience, man, try to stay with somebody that's local. Go on TripAdvisor, Airbnb, and get that. Go there and stay a few days. I understand you want to cover like a whole bunch of islands in one sweep, but you're not going to get the experience. You're not going to get the same. It's just like when people come to me. I'm from, like I said, I live in Atlanta. I'm from Baltimore. So just like living in Atlanta, you been to the Coca-Cola factory? Man, bro, come on, man. That ain't no real. I mean, you can search on, you can Google Atlanta monuments and sightseeing stuff, and that'll pop up. You don't even have to even come here and see a person from Atlanta in your town and say, yo, you know about the Coca-Cola factory? Whatever. You know about Stone Mountain? Like, I'm from Baltimore. I've been to the Inner Harbor. Yeah, you've been to Baltimore, man, but you ain't really experienced it. But like when you go overseas and you stay with a local person, and you go to their malls, you go to their stores, you deal with the ins and outs. Even I've been to certain folks' jobs overseas, and then you meet somebody from that same place that you visited, and you tell them about these little nuances and it's like those things that you have to live there, or you have to know somebody to know about these streets or know about these certain places. It melts their heart. Cause now you bringing up some familiar things. It's like me. I know about Mondawmin Mall. I know about Ricestown Road Plaza and certain streets in Baltimore and certain little small nuances that you just have to know, or you won't know unless you know somebody there, or you've been there for a while, or you lived there or grew up there. So when somebody in Atlanta talk about they've been to Baltimore and they start bringing up those nuances, it makes me feel a certain way, like, yeah, man, start making me think of home. But any clown can come and say, man, what about the Inner Harbor? I mean, who doesn't know about the Inner Harbor or the Orioles or whatever? So what I'm saying is, the experience of staying with a local person or dealing with the culture is nothing to top that. The luxury of a resort, and even the cruise and all, I guess all the stuff that you do on the cruise. I'm not traveling for the sake of partying on a boat. I want the partying and the experience of fun to be on that island, that country, that continent with the people. I want to be among the people. Remember, I said I'm a fan of Anthony Bourdain. So you know how he gets down. His celebrity is higher than mine. I don't have any celebrity. I'm not a celebrity at all. But he can get into more things than I can. But, I mean, he's in depth with the people. That's why I want to travel. I want to be in depth with the people. I don't want to just see some little funky monument and this and that. I've been there, snap a few pictures. And that's one thing I don't do either, man. I hate, like, traveling. And every time you turn around, the sights and the scenes are blocked because I'm in every picture. Hey, just like I'm blocking the TV right now. It might be the Eiffel Tower in the back, but I'm blocking it with my big head. I'm like, and I tell people that travel, dude, I don't want to see a million selfies of you. I want to see the country. I might not ever get to be there. I don't want to see you in every picture. I know what you look like. Come on. So, yo, if you like this video, comment if you agree with it. If you feel like, let me know the reasons why you may prefer to go to a resort. Let me know the reasons why you may prefer to your preferences cruise. Let me know the advantages of it. Let me know the disadvantages that you feel, and let's have a civil conversation. All this cussing and bad mind type of thing and disrespect, I ain't with it. You know what I mean? I'm not with it. So peace to y'all, to my subscribers and those who may see this video and subscribe on some new stuff. Peace out. Keep your mind open. Keep your pockets and wallet open to new experiences, and just travel. This is a whole globe that we have. Travel while you have the opportunity to, because travel is important. Travel will give you, don't allow television or the media to paint the world to you, or to give the world to you, to present the world to you. That's not the world. The media is biased. We don't know what channels that are used to put the information out there. So you should let your world view be formed by your experiences, not what somebody else tell you the world is. Because even though the world is messed up, the world is a lot more beautiful than what people think, outside of what the stuff that they put on television and that you see all the time. So peace out, travel. This is our planet. This is the home that God gave us. It's beautiful. I believe that when God's kingdom come, it's going to be even more beautiful. Remember, a wonderful world consists of wonderful people. Try to be the best people that you can be. Peace out. One love. Remember, I'm not down in resorts. I'm not down in cruises, but it's nothing that can compare to staying with somebody who lives in that country. And if you're not going to that country to experience the culture and the people, man, stay home and mess with a reasonable facsimile. Peace out, y'all. Much love.